Hello and welcome to another episode of Eye on Port. This program is proudly brought to you by West Blue Consulting, GOIL Company Limited, Ghana Community Network Services, the Ghana Revenue Authority, and the Serene Insurance Company Limited. Our proud media partner is the Business and Financial Times. In this week's episode of the program, we are discussing a very important issue which has to do with public health and safety. And we are asking the questions as to whether the 3 out of the 4 containers containing infested gizzards which were cleared out of the port was as a result of poor gatekeeping or institutional disorder. We also want to know which institution or institutions let the gizzard out of the port. Before that though, the 4th container which was containing the infested gizzard was scheduled to be destroyed somewhere last week but didn't come off. Here is a report. Despite assurances from the Director of the Veterinary Services Directorate, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Dr. Kwabena Asieduban, that 1 of 4 containers containing contaminated gizzard, which has been impounded by the veterinary officials at the port of Tema, will be destroyed on the 14th of February 2020. Eye on Port can confirm that the said destruction is yet to be carried out.
This container is not leaving here, back to the port, because it contains pathogens. Yes, we should destroy it today.
This has, however, raised fears among some section of the public since the infested gizzards contain some pathogens which could threaten public health and safety if not destroyed immediately. Unfortunately, 3 of the 4 containers containing the contaminated food products have already been cleared at the port of Tema and suspected to be on the market, which has severe public health implications. The containers, which have been marked as contaminated, were imported from Brazil into the country in 2019. Officials of the Veterinary Services Directorate of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture are believed to have impounded the container following a tip-off by Brazilian authorities. The Bureau of National Investigations is said to be carrying out investigations to apprehend the chief executives of 2 food importing companies, namely Perez Foods Limited and Perfect God Enterprise, for importing 4 40-footer containers of infested gizzard into the country. Dr. Kwabena Asieduban has, however, revealed that the importers would also bear the cost of handling and destruction of the yet to be destroyed content of the container.
We wrote to the importers that the cost of handling and destruction will be borne by the importer, but it seems the importer is trying to play some tricks.
Meanwhile, the Greater Accra Poultry Farmers Association, GAPFA, has in a statement condemned the importation of infested gizzard onto the Ghanaian market, describing the act as mean. GAPFA explained that the infested gizzard poses serious health risk to the human kidney and liver, and as such, its consumption would have dire consequences for victims who patronize such bacteria-infested gizzard. So we engaged officials from the Customs Division of the GRA, the Veterinary Services, and also the Food and Drugs Authority to find out which institution let the gizzard out. Here's a report. The heads of Food and Drugs Authority, Veterinary Services, and the Customs Laboratories at the port of Tema have admitted that there exists lack of proper coordination through information sharing amongst them, which is a possible and major cause of the growing concern of unwholesome food products making their way into the country and eventually being consumed by the citizenry. The admission comes on the back of 3 containers containing contaminated gizzard which were cleared from the port by Perez Foods Limited in February 2019. According to the Veterinary Services, it received an alert from the Brazilian Embassy on 27 February 2019, but received a confirmation letter from the Embassy on 3rd April 2019. The head of Veterinary Division of the Port of Tema, Dr. Stephen Bona, explained actions he took when he first got the alert.
A letter was sent to GAPOHA, GRA, the National Security, which I'll find that they're all here.
Yeah, the letter said what? The one to the, you said to the GPH said what?
Indicating that there is a suspected case of the...
and so they should retain.
Yes, retain it.
Solomon Agampem, head of Import and Export Control Department of FDA, revealed when the first containers were cleared from the port.
9th January 2019.
Yeah.
We cleared the first container.
Yeah.
28th January 2019, we cleared the second container. And 12 February 2019, we cleared the third container.
Speaking on Iron Port's live interactive program, the head of Import and Export Control Department at FDA, Solomon Agampem, and the head of Veterinary Regulatory Division at the Port of Tema, Dr. Stephen Bona, admitted that lack of information sharing could hamper their work. The Food and Drugs Authority, Customs Division of the GRA, and the Veterinary Services explained their respective roles played in releasing the infested gizzard episode. The Chief Revenue Officer in charge of Customs Laboratory at Tema Port, Joseph Eric Owusu, said his outfit allowed for the clearance of the containers from the port because of the green light it received from the FDA. He said there was no need for Customs to question or re-examine the approvals given by the FDA.
After physical inspection, the authority that has to give us the green light in this context in the JIMIS was Food and Drugs.
And they gave you that green light?
Of course.
And so once they give you the green light, then what happens next?
And then have to be released.
Okay.
However, the head of Import and Export Control Department at the Food and Drugs Authority, Solomon Agampem, said his outfit did not err in giving Customs the green light because the cargo had passed compliance stage, which meant that all requirements had been satisfied.
You can't do compliance without the import. Why did they do compliance without the import permit? Let me ask you that question. Because they can't do compliance for an FDA product if we have not given them a permit. So why did they do compliance for this particular one without an import permit? I should rather ask him.
Dr. Bona said even though it falls within the mandate of the Veterinary Services to examine animal products that come through the port, in the case of the infested containers, its outfit couldn't discharge its mandate because they are not part of the JIMIS platform, which allowed for the release of the containers, and they were also not invited by the FDA to examine the cargo.
Were you part of how they were examined?
I was not part of it.
The veterinary services were not part of the examination of all the gizzards?
Yes.
But you're supposed to be part, aren't you?
The items are supposed to be released on the JIMIS, and we are not part of this.
What do you mean? You are not part of the Joint Inspection
yes.
Management Information
Yes,
System?
we are not part of it.
But Solomon Agampem admitted that his outfit has not been inviting the veterinary services since the introduction of the JIMIS platform. He admitted that they only take food products for scientific analysis only when they have doubts about their wholesomeness.
When you still have doubt about any inspection, then you can invite the other agency that is invited. We can call it.
Is that the case?
Yes, we still have doubts.
Okay. Until you get that.
Else you are doing the same thing.
But could this seeming tension between the FDA and veterinary services be the reason why the latter didn't share the alerts from the Brazilian embassy on the contaminated gizzard with the former? According to Solomon Agampem, after physical inspection of the 3 containers, there were no traces of contamination, and their approval for its release in the JIMIS platform.
So when this came, we inspected them as they came. Physically, it was okay. I mean, we inspected the health certificate. It was excellent. We have a copy here.
Physically, it was okay, means that none were rotten, they were in good condition.
There was no any discoloration.
Okay.
There was no any physical sign of spoilage and what have you.
Okay.
He also admitted that none of the 3 containers were sampled for analysis.
We have a mini lab and randomly we sample as it is done.
But this one you didn't sample
this one we
anything?
didn't. Like what we do every 5th container. So that if we are inspecting 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th one, we take sample and go and analyze. So you can't say you consider only a particular container. That would be very risky for you.
But for all these 3 containers that contain the gizzards, you didn't sample any of
They
it?
didn't fall between the 5th or the 10th numbers.
On the issue of the 4th contaminated container, the Chief Revenue Officer in charge of Customs Laboratory at Tema Port, Joseph Eric Owusu, also revealed that the importer, after paying all its duties, was informed by the supplier that the goods are contaminated, hence did not proceed to clear it.
The importer received an alert.
Where did that come? How did
From
he
the
receive
supplier called, communicated to the importer
that?
That consignment, they suspected to be, what you call it?
To be contaminated.
Salmonella infested.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, when you read the text, the full text of the alert, it appears the supplier himself was not even certain. They suspected it.
So it was the supplier himself who alerted the importer.
The importer
supplier from the origin, wherever it's coming from. Was it Brazil?
Brazil.
Okay.
The importer had paid.
Already?
when they paid and they were to proceed, that they received alert. So they held on.
Dr. Stephen Bona, head of Veterinary Regulatory Division at the port of Temam, said after it had been detected that they were infested, the importers confirmed that the infested gizzard had already been sold out.
We got to know the importers, so we wrote to them. We wrote a letter to them. We have something like trace back. We have to get to the importers to find out where the products are.
Okay.
So we went to them, and according to them, those products have been released already. They are no more in their stock.
The agencies also admitted that though the importers of the containers of the infested gizzard possessed veterinary health certificates from the country of origin, they didn't have import permits from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, which meant that ordinarily the containers shouldn't have gone through compliance, let alone have them released by customs. Joseph Eriko also said if the veterinary services is placed back on the JIMIS to collaborate with the FDA, it will go a long way to ensure optimum efficiency. In the end, all the agencies could not explain why an importer who doesn't have import permits can still have his or her cargo pass compliance and subsequently released into the country. Eye on Port returns after this break.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Dear valued client, the Ghana Trade Hub mobile app is now live to make it easy to track your consignment and know the estimated duty payable for both general goods and used vehicles. We are pleased to inform you that the Ghana Trade Hub mobile app is available for download on Google Play Store for Android users and the App Store for Apple users. This is the best opportunity for all importers and exporters to know the duty payable on every good under transaction. You can reach the team for inquiries and support by calling +233 242 435 663. Send an email to support@ghanastradinghub.com. To remain updated, kindly follow progress on the following platforms: www.facebook.com/Ghana Trade Hub, www.twitter.com/Ghana Trade Hub, and ghlinkedin.com/in/Ghana Trade Hub. Importers and exporters can download the official Ghana Single Window mobile app, which allows you to track your consignment conveniently and also allows you to obtain your estimated duty for general goods and used vehicles. Please spread the message to everyone importing or exporting. The Ghana Trading Hub mobile app is now live. Download and never be cheated. This is powered by the Smart Ports project under the auspices of the Government of Ghana and the Ghana Revenue Authority. Smart Port, improving Ghana's ease of doing business.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Tell God, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water. Or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Oh, how are you? Hi Yvonne, a few words please. Everyone is talking about the fire at your production house last week. How are you holding up? Has production stalled?
No, not at all. My crew and everyone on my set is perfectly fine because I insure with Serene Insurance. As a matter of fact, I've had all my equipment replaced, including the vehicles that were affected. My workers have been sorted out. Even my production downtime has been covered. So it's all good. I have a meeting to attend to, so I have to get going. Sorry about that.
Which insurance company did you mention?
Serene Insurance, the new face of insurance, a member of First Sky Group.
Local news and activities happening within the port and maritime industry next.
The Ghana Association of Quasi-Government Health Institutions has held a meeting in Tema to discuss the global and national action plan for the prevention of the coronavirus disease, also known as COVID-19. The engagement was also to assess Ghana's individual health facilities preparedness, as well as the role of GAQHI to facilitate that in the various sectors. The coronavirus epidemic has so far recorded over 40,000 cases and over 1,000 deaths. The quasi-government health institutions comprise government institutions, agencies, and departments that have their main service focus not being on health, but engage in health services activities like the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Ghana Police Service, the military, universities, VRA, Bank of Ghana, among others. Dr. Christian Kofi Amenuveve, President of the Ghana Association of Quasi-Government Health Institutions, explained the need for the public to be educated in preventive measures in the wake of the coronavirus awareness.
The interesting thing is that our membership are strategically located, particularly at the entry points and, for instance, like the airport, like the seaport, and other entry ports in the country. We also have institutions that receive and send students from abroad, like the university.
Dr. Franklin Asiedu Bekwin, Head of Disease Surveillance, Ghana Health Service, revealed that 15 cases suspected in Ghana or proved negative of the coronavirus. He continued to urge the Ghanaian public to report to the health authorities whenever symptoms of coronavirus are detected.
We are looking for a fever, we are looking for cough, we are looking for difficulty in breathing in a passenger or a patient with a history of travel to affected countries within the past 2 weeks. So we are thinking that on that 2 levels, so either the port of entry or other facility, we will be able to detect the cases early and manage them.
Dr. Vitus Anabisi, the General Manager of Health Services, GPHA, called for the Port Health Unit of the Ghana Health Service to be well equipped in the performance of their mandate at the country's ports.
Now, if they are supposed to go on inquiry, unfortunately, they don't do that for lack of facilities and logistics. They say they don't have the tugboats to go, they are not trained to swim, they are not trained to do blah, blah, blah. So they don't go on board the vessel at the anchorage.
Ghana's leading oil marketing company, GOIL Company Limited, has released onto the market a higher grade petrol fuel type known as Super Ron 95 for the benefit of the petrol consuming public. The high grade petrol Super Ron 95 has since Monday, February 17, 2020 been selling countrywide at all of the company's over 400 service stations at the same price. According to Marcus Diodake, Head of Fuels Marketing of GOIL, with this game-changing development, consumers no longer need to pay a higher price for any high petrol grade specification, saving the consumer significant amount of money.
The good news is that this product is being sold at the same price as the Ron 91 that we were selling. Mind you, this is a higher grade fuel. Our customers are not paying anything extra for the Ron 95 that we have introduced onto the market.
He revealed that with the release of the petrol stock, all consumers will benefit from a higher grade petrol that significantly boosts the performance of all engines and keeps engines clean of carbon deposits.
Ron 95 is the highest spec we have today in Ghana, and every Ghanaian must take advantage of it. It makes your car last longer. because it ensures efficiency of the engine. And once you are using RON 95, you know that you are getting value for money.
Meanwhile, Executive Director of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana, Duncan Amoah, has commended GOIL for introducing the higher grade of fuel onto the market with no extra cost to consumers. The University Teachers Association Ghana has honored GOIL for supporting its preparatory and capacity building workshop towards receiving the first batch of free SHS students into public universities. At a meeting with the group CEO and Managing Director of GOIL, QUASI-GOVERNMENT, UTAG, led by its president, Professor Charles Marfo, described GOIL's gesture as exemplary.
The National Executive Committee and the National Secretariat of the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, honor you with this piece in recognition and appreciation of this exemplary gesture. It will interest you to know that the workshop has since generated a vibrant national discussion among all relevant stakeholders.
The group CEO and Managing Director of GOIL, QUASI-GOVERNMENT, said the company's topmost priority is giving back to society and causes that advance the national interest.
I would like to say thank you for recognizing our efforts in supporting Ghanaian sectors which are doing good job.
He urged Ghanaians to continue to buy from GOIL so that many of such laudable programs can be supported.
For this reason that we always tell Ghanaian motorists, Ghanaian public that they should patronize GOIL. Apart from having the best of we are there for Ghanaians. Our corporate social responsibility is unparalleled.
UTAG later presented a plaque to QUASI-GOVERNMENT.
The International Maritime Hospital has dedicated the month of February for heart health, and as such, the hospital is inviting the general public to get their heart screened at a discounted cost of 250 Ghana cedis. Persons who visit the International Maritime Hospital to screen their hearts will have as an additional package the opportunity to check their blood pressure, body mass index, fasting blood sugar test, glycated hemoglobin test, fasting lipid profile test, ECG, as well as free lifestyle modification counseling.
It's a discounted price of 250. The 250 is discounted. If you should put the individual tests together, it will be a whole lot more. So we reduced the price. Everybody gets an ECG, which is usually not the way to go, but in this case, everybody even gets an ECG at a discounted price of 250. We want people to walk around with healthy hearts. We want people to know that they are healthy. So just come in and let's take a look at your heart.
A family physician specialist, Dr. Ya Echan, said the heart plays a crucial role in the human body, hence the need for all persons to endeavor to know the state of their heart.
Our heart is what pumps blood. Blood is the vital, let me say, the vital fluid in the body that nourishes all our organs, carries oxygen, and then carries nutrients. So the heart is really important in pumping out this blood. If your heart can't pump well, if it doesn't work well, we are not going to have a healthy life. You could die, you could get a stroke, you could get a heart attack. So these are some of the things we are trying to reduce your risk of getting.
She said persons who want to book an appointment to get their heart screened can call the number 0552 222 290.
Some international port news next.
The Cambodian Ministry of Health confirmed on February 20, 2020 that all 747 crew members on board Holland America Line ship Westerdam have tested negative for coronavirus. According to Holland America Line, the rest of the crew will remain on Westerdam to continue their work contract. This follows an announcement earlier that 781 Westerdam passengers in Cambodia also tested negative for COVID-19 and were cleared to begin their travels home. Post-Panamax container vessel Maersk Tema was boarded by pirates while underway off the coast of West Africa on Friday, February 14, 2020. According to a report from Dryad Global, it is believed that two men boarded a 5,466 TEU box ship some 90 nautical miles northwest of Sao Tome as the vessel was sailing from Point Noir to Lagos. Dryad added that 2 skiffs were seen in the vicinity of the attack. It was further reported that the crew members managed to reach the citadel to hide from pirates. The container vessel Maersk Tema, built in 2015, is currently safe as well as the crew.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Ghana ye yenya ya sase o my kesia ye kan ye hubom ye adwumaden ye be ye kese pa ye nto a ye tuatua ne daa no ene ne ye di sisi suku adan ne ayaresabia ade bi yi akwan am ye nya asetena pa ene ne papi eto obi te say withholding tax, income tax, excise tax stamp ene afoforo pi wo ho a ebia na wo mu sembisa fa de wo sawutua ankasa ho enu nti ne ye wo ho ma wo ne si ye beboa wo eto aketua bia boa mesrawo boa ne peja Ghana nsi ho yentuo ye dachi.
Oh, how are you?
Hi Yvonne, a few words please. Everyone is talking about the fire at your production house last week. How are you holding up? Has production stalled?
No, not at all. My crew and everyone on my set is perfectly fine because I insure with Serene Insurance. As a matter of fact, I've had all my equipment replaced, including the vehicles that were affected. My workers have been sorted out. Even my production downtime has been covered. So it's all good. I have a meeting to attend to, so I have to get going. Sorry about that.
Which insurance company did you mention?
Serene Insurance, the new face of insurance, a member of First Sky Group.
Schedules of vessels in the port, those at anchorage and those expected in the coming week, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate next. That's all for this week's episode of the program. Thanks for watching and join us same time next week.